please. I'm going to start. We're going to do things a little differently today. It feels like a different day, doesn't it? So we're going to do things a little bit differently, and I'm actually going to do the talk in several pieces. The band's going to stay up here, so you know this first part's not terribly long, because that would be cruel to them to keep them up too long. But we enter back into the story. David has died, and now Solomon is on the throne. Stop for a minute. What do you know about Solomon? You know, when he took the throne, things were difficult for him. There's no question. He was born to Bathsheba. And you know the story of David and Bathsheba. So he's born into a marriage that has come about with all kinds of wickedness in the midst of it. From an affair to murder. And here's Solomon born into that. He follows in the footsteps of his father David, the greatest king in Israelite history. Can you imagine doing that? His brother is trying to steal the throne from him, and he's young, still only about 20 years old, facing all what it means to lead a country, to lead a people. Well, he makes an alliance with Pharaoh from Egypt, marries his daughter, begins to worship in what they call high places. Now, I don't know if you know what high places are, but high places were those places where people would worship other gods. The Jews had the tabernacle. They were building the temple soon. That'll come later in the story. But in the midst of this, they would worship, and they would worship God in the midst of a place where idols had been worshipped before. Solomon was genuine as we come to 1 Kings chapter 3. He was genuine in his desire to worship, but misguided. We can cut him some slack. He was young. And it's good that God cut him some slack because God listened to Solomon anyways. And in the midst of one of the times where Solomon's worshiping, God comes to him and asks him a question. Solomon, what do you want? What's one thing I could do for you? Must be nice, hey? Imagine if God said to us, what's the one thing I could do for you? Seems a bit of an odd question. Dangerous question, if you like. What if Solomon starts to ask for all kinds of things from the world's perspective? Those of you that are parents can probably relate to this. You know, you never ask your kid a question that you don't know the answer to. Right? You're already ahead of that. You're wanting to know, I'm going to ask my child something, but I know where this is going to go. And I think God knew where this was going to go. Solomon, what do you want? Why does God ask him that? God could give him whatever he wanted to give him anyways. So why does he even bother asking? Here's why. Because he longed to have Solomon enter into relationship with him in a way that they could have that level of communication. Solomon, what do you want? Do you know, friends, he does the same thing to us? Come on, no, he doesn't. He's never said that to me. Yes, he does. Luke chapter 11, verse 9, ask, and it will be given to you. John chapter 15, verse 7, if you abide in me, you will ask whatever you want, whatever you desire, and I will give it. Psalms 37, verse 4, delight yourself in the Lord. He will give you the desires of your heart. God asks us, what do we want? The problem is that so often we fall into a trap. We want to say, oh God, give me an easy life. Now, we don't say it that way. Make every circumstance work out the way I think it should. Give me wealth, give me long life, give me power. Make this work, give me that, heal this person, take care of those needs. It's so much easier to pray for a life of comfort. Solomon doesn't respond that way, does he? Here's this 20-year-old, this young leader who has had his father say, hey, Solomon, here's the way you lead. Defeat your enemies and build big buildings. Solomon responds to God, give me a discerning heart. so that I can lead these people so that they will follow you all of their days. Did you hear that? What a prayer. God, give me a discerning heart so that I can lead these people in the direction that you want them to go. Not that they want to go, not that I want them to go, but that you want them to go, that they may follow your decrees, or step by step they will follow you. I'm a little bit grumpy. I'm a little bit grumpy because of what's going on between the country I was born in and the country I love, which is here. You know that in the past, a number of U.S. presidents have prayed the prayer of Solomon in their inauguration. Oh, if only we had leaders that would pray that prayer today. Lord, show me how to lead your people because I don't know how. Help them to obey you, not what they want. What's the result? Well, for Solomon, he got the answer to his prayer. He got wisdom. For us? Well, that's the question, isn't it? The story's yet unfolding. For Solomon, not only did he get wisdom, but he got wealth and long life, and everything will be added unto you. So what's God going to answer to us? I'm going to invite you just for 2 minutes, less maybe. Turn to somebody close to you. What's the question? The question is, what do you want? If God said that to you, how would you respond? Turn to a person next to you, tell them your answer. And then when the band comes in a minute, we're going to hear one more song before I come back again.